Ladies and gentlemen, your candidate.
Good evening, and thank you so much for being here. I am humbled and honored by your support. And now, just what every female candidate loves to talk about, let's talk about fashion. My team debated vigorously about whether or not I should wear this sari tonight, a reaction to the extraordinary amount of press on the subject thus far. Now, I realize I could go on quietly wearing whatever I choose, hoping to focus the conversation on the issues, or I could accept that this phenomenon is an issue. We could start a real conversation about what my choice represents and why it seems so shocking to the media in the first place. So, here are my thoughts. On the one hand, I am a proud Indian American. On the other, I don't want my sari to be a 6-yard barrier between me and other Americans believing that I could represent them. On the one hand, it helps me feel powerfully connected to the queens and peasants who wore saris before me. But on the other, I'm not bound by tradition. On the one hand, it is an authentic expression of my culture. But on the other, I can never remember how to do all the pinning and the pleating, and I still have to call my mother to get dressed. So I celebrate my identity as an Indian American, complexities and all. You know, it's funny. Conventional wisdom dictates that a candidate with any kind of minority status, Desi, female, should de-emphasize that. But my experience as a minority is what gave me the gifts that brought me here. It's what gave me an up-close look at suffering in the lives of those just outside of fair treatment. Suffering became an unrelenting drive to create positive change. It's the same drive that once started this very nation as those early settlers fled religious persecution. It's the same fire that forged the Desi social justice movement that fights for fair treatment regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, or creed, toiling to make a better America for all of us. Why would I ignore Indian Americans' patriotic history of bold risks, hard work, and self-improvement? That story is as American as it gets. And anyway, almost all our families came from somewhere else, didn't they? Wearing this sari is a small way I can honor the forebears who made my opportunity to serve possible. The West Bengali seaman who swam from a British steamship to collapse exhausted on American shores. The Punjabi farmer who worked his fingers to the bones in hopes of one day grasping his very own fistfuls of American soil. Dalip Singh Son, who helped make it possible for my parents and an entire generation of Indian Americans become citizens at last. Communities like the ones in Jersey City that stood up to violence against its Desi friends, and the brave South Asian men and women who served in this country's military to secure rights for others that they sometimes wouldn't share in themselves. Wearing this sari means all of this to me. I trust you to both see it and see beyond it. Indian Americans, as the sari itself, have become a vibrant part of the American quilt. If something as simple as my outfit helps people remember that, I will call my mother for pleading tips every day. Thank you, and I hope I can count on your vote.
That's the show. We hope you enjoyed it. We are the SAPAN Institute. We've been running this performance of Living Beyond Bollywood for the entire month of May. Today is our last performance day. So thank you so much for coming. We hope you enjoyed it. We wanted to give a heartfelt thank you to the curator of this exhibit, Masumma Maya, as well as the Smithsonian Asian Pacific American Center for allowing the SAPAN Institute to collaborate and celebrate this wonderful exhibit with them. Thank you so much. We'll be starting the next show at 2 o'clock for those of you that did not get to see it from the beginning.